Boom! We are off with another episode of Booze Your Daddy, the
Low energy,
podcast.
boom.
I'm your host, Dr. Alan Snyder, here with my boy, Zach Elias. What happens when you pull out your mushroom tip?
It goes drip, drip, drip.
No, it actually causes an outbreak and kids get sick from mushroom poisoning.
Oh, there's that. She was okay, sort of.
Can't be a little pregnant.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, was that last? We talked about that last show, didn't we?
Yeah, that's what that was.
Right. Yeah.
Are you catching on that I always reference something or
I'm
no?
catching on to nothing. Yes, but the kids are all okay. And I love one of them like, yeah, he threw up and he had to stay at school. This means his parents couldn't deal. Like, it doesn't mean he got like special treatment. It means his parents didn't give a shit or couldn't deal. Oh, brutal.
Booze Your Daddy, the podcast. Tuesdays we do it live. Saturdays we post it later. Zach is playing in an over 45 slow pitch softball
League
game.
champs. We got Champions League game on Monday.
You're going to get annihilated.
We're going to get smoked. Some AAA Dominican guys are going to kill us.
Zach, that picture you sent me, if you take Nate out of it, the average age is over 45.
No, Flashlight is 42. Me, how old's Colin?
He might be younger. I think he's.
I'm one of the older ones, but it's not good. We don't look good.
People,
we won.
We're doing these episodes for you. If you can't hear in my voice, I'm having a rough week. I finally edited last week's episode. It comes out tomorrow, but if you're listening to this, it came out yesterday. Rate, review, share the episodes.
Last week was great.
Tell a friend. We love the love. We love the hate. We're going to keep doing this every week until I die, which could be this year.
Imminently, yeah. Dies of being a parent. I don't know. This is so hard for you. You seem
we
like
have
skilled and able person.
We have an episode planned for everybody today, but before we get into it, Zachariah.
Hello.
How's your father?
He's not great. Actually, I have no idea. You probably talked to him as recently as I did. Australia Galicia. Yeah, a few more of these things.
I didn't ask you what you were drinking yet.
You're about to. I jumped the gun.
Why don't you tell everybody what you are drinking?
This. E2. And I'm not taking a shot. You wanted to go double or nothing on the Ravens and then the Jet game. My answer was no. Why do I have to win? You haven't been watching this team because they don't win. So why would I put up another shot? So when neither of us are taking a shot, even though your Ravens are winning right now, and my Jets never win. So
yeah, but Mark Andrews left leg just died. So it's
I got him in like 3 leagues. Cool.
Yeah, he's not gonna play for a couple weeks.
Oh, great.
But the things I do for my podcast listeners, up until about 4 minutes ago, I was like, yeah, I'm just going to drink water and break this streak of trying new stuff. I am in such bad shape right now. But Novemberfest rolls on from Goose Island, German-style Marzen, 5.7% alcohol, 12 fluid ounces. I don't think I'm going to be able to taste this. I can't taste anything. All I've been eating is ramen all week. Like, I got nothing.
You're a doctor-ish. I think I've lost half of my taste buds and they're not coming back.
It's COVID. Release the Kraken
for like a month. It's not COVID. Maybe it is, but then it means I'm gonna get them back, right?
Tastes like a Pilsner.
The front quarter is just for toots. Gonzo.
This is like when the person at the Flamingo Hotel saw a flamingo and goes, I don't know. It's standing on one leg. It's like, yeah, dude, that being pink and standing on one leg is the whole thing. You saying I don't have a sense of taste, and you've been coughing nonstop on this podcast, Zach.
No, I have a sense of taste, just not in the very front. Everything else is fine.
That could be related to one of your cranial nerves. Don't test me which one. One of them is like the anterior third of your tongue, and the other is your posterior 2/3. I'm not that kind of doctor.
Does that mean having a stroke? Like, what does that mean?
I don't know.
What kind of quack are you? What come on this thing for?
Zach, we have an episode today. I don't know how this is going to go. Let's call this episode 206. I heard this line today. I don't know if this is original. Pure but poor.
Like me.
You are not pure, and you sure as hell are not poor.
Could be both.
You know, it just comes into play where I have a really nice patient that I'm working with right now, and she's ethical to the bone, and everything she does is by the books, and she just kind of has this kind of helpless, God, I'm pure, but I'm poor, because I play by the rules. And I told you last week I was going to get into my anti-Semitism, so I'm tying this all in there. But
this is where it comes down?
I have a couple of issues right now because, and I don't know if I'm in the state of mind to really go at the Jews right now.
Fire away, man. Like, Jesus.
Well, We don't have a big contingent of family up here, but it is important for my
Couldn't get a
family
minion in there.
for my son to have a baby naming. And we don't have a lot of people to come. We already did the bris in the hospital, the circumcision rather,
No
and we're going
invite.
to do it over Thanksgiving weekend. My mom's like, just do it. It'll be fine. We don't have a lot of people coming, but there is a local rabbi he goes by the name Rabbi K. He looks like every yid you've ever seen in Brooklyn. Well, this jerkface has turned into Rabbi KKK as far as I'm concerned, because we asked him on Thanksgiving Day or the day before. Shabbos, I understand. We said, look, we just want to have a couple people at my sister's house. Obviously, we got to pay him money. How much do you think one of these things goes for, by the way?
For Rabbi K, $3,000.
Yeah. Get out of here. Way less. But
Really?
it was still 3 digits. I was like, really? For
Three
like 30
digits?
minutes? For 30 minutes where he just goes,
No, he stays for the catered lunch. He stays for the whole thing. It's a
oh no,
to-do.
we provide him with food. I get that's going to happen. This guy has taken a very hard stand and said, let me get this straight. Well, should I do the accent? Let me get this straight. So your son is a Jew who was bar mitzvahed, but the mother of the child has not Jewish? And my family said, no, they're not. He goes, I do not feel comfortable doing this. Which leads me to go, time out. So if my sister got knocked up by Charles Manson, Mike Tyson, Hamaserson, then we're
Those
good
are
to
her
go.
parents of her 3 kids?
Possibly. It's a Sun family, right?
Yeah.
Tyson, Manson, Hamas's son. I didn't even
Hamas's
realize
son?
I did that.
That was
good.
gold, man.
That was good.
It's on.
But the fact that
It's incredible.
these goddamn Jews are taking a hard line in my wife is not Jewish, where my sister could go ahead and do this, it really bothers me.
All right there, fun boy. I've got a rabbi who married you who will do this for free. Whatever you want to name the kid, I'll whatever you want to name him, like Phil Chonglewitz. I don't care. Like, I'll do it for free. It'll be a spectacle. I'll put on sunglasses, and we can bang this thing out for about $1,200.
For $1,200, you're lucky if I give you food.
Perfect.
The truth is, Zach, we found another rabbi, the rabbi who's going to be bar mitzvahing my nephew, and he is willing to do it, but it has to be early enough on a Friday that it doesn't interfere with Shabbos.
I thought it'd be international waters or something.
Dude, it's just one of those things that where everybody's so poor and pure, and it just bothers me. Great story from Aunt Targaryen from back in the day, who was relatively Orthodox. We hear these stories on the news. Local Maryland rabbi arrested embezzling, for cheating, for stealing.
It's never handsy stuff, though.
My mother hits her up and goes, oh my God, Cheryl, I can't believe that an Orthodox man would do this. And her line, I'll never forget it to this day. Linda, our people lie, cheat, and steal just like everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
This holier than thou bullshit is half of the problem. And I really do mean this. Has anybody ever hated you, because you're Jewish?
Probably.
No, absolutely not. No chance.
I mean, no, they usually just hate me because of me, because I'm
exactly
the fucking
best. It has nothing to do with it. But when you hear, I went to college, and I guess I'm friends in my fraternity. He had never met a Jewish person before college, and I'm the first person he meets. He kind of goes like, "All right, I thought you were with the."
Oh no, a buddy of mine from Boston. He said that I taught him a lot about how to be a New Yorker and about what Jews are. The best guy in the world. He's hysterical. He's like Bill Burr. I've never met you people before. You move around a lot. You have a lot of noise, but he didn't know how to handle. He's in real estate. He said he learned a lot about just quirky New York Jews from me, and it helped him a lot in his career.
Yeah, it's just one of those things that my mom is guilty of, driving around, and you have somebody with the van and the kids, and they do something, and she'll just go, that's why people hate us. You give us a bad name.
Mm-hmm.
It happens, and I'm
She
wondering.
Got mad at me for a Jewish comment too.
Getting back to
not even warming up to it. She dove right at me, attacked. Samantha defended me, sort of.
Did you start with the cards or the guns? How did you do this?
You heard this at your wedding. I just said something about Jay. Yeah. Oh no, that guy opens with. He comes in hot. I was his opening act. That guy's the headliner.
No, I just know that it really bothered me, and my mother missed another golden opportunity 2 days ago. We had another game of another Guess Who Died. I mean, they're dropping like flies. It's costing me a fortune in Shiva trays. I think we have 3 in the last month.
They're shockingly expensive. They know they got you.
Yeah, it ended up being cheaper than it was supposed to be, so I got a refund.
Cheaper than the Rebbe?
Yeah, definitely cheaper than the Levy. So, anyway, that was my bit from last week, which just made me go like, it's so stupid because all we need is people to come together in this world. And you know, I would have loved to have married a nice young Jewish girl from New York City, but all you assholes treat your kids like princesses, and I could never live up to anything from that.
Never. Couldn't. As Zoe says, oh well, whatever. So you had to go marry some half Cambodian, half whatever DC chick?
Who's more observant and into everything than most of the Jewish girls I've ever met in my life.
Told you.
Shayna told you. Zach, I apologize. You asked a question. You posed a question on Halloween night, and I hadn't had a chance to respond. You made the statement that you had
Dr. Adjacent.
75 fun-sized candy bars. And you're like, I don't know how many that is. What's it, like 12 to 1? Well, I have the ratio solved for you.
God, there we go.
2.5 fun-size bars equals 1 candy bar. And 6 minis equal 1 candy bar.
I've said that before. Yeah.
Candy bar.
6 minis. 6 minis, huh? I've had more than that.
Yeah, just wanted to go ahead and solve that.
Happy now I know that. Yeah, it's good times.
Zach, are you quirky? Do you want to eat some jerky?
I do. Very much so, I believe. What was that noise?
Stall.
Was that your belly doing
everything, dude? I'm leaking from every orifice right now.
It's so nasty.
Do you see how red my nose is? It's raw.
No, I don't know.
And I'm wearing a mask.
The only part that's raw?
Yeah. When I see my patients and I'm wearing a mask and on the inside, I'm like one of those like 7-year-old kids where the snot is running into my mouth. And I'm just sitting there and I'm like, oh, tell me about your father.
I hate that kid. I hate that snotty kid.
And then I have to go. I'm like, can I go wash my hands in your bathroom? And I'm just blowing snot. Please? I'm blowing snot rockets. They can't see me. I have a mask on because I don't want to get them sick, which people really appreciate these days.
Yeah. Jared Leto, that asshole, climbed the Empire State Building legally because he wanted to. Of all the arrogant, hey, look at me, I have too much money, things to do, and I'm jealous of him. I would
Big
do
UFC
it
guy. Love that guy.
Is he?
Big UFC guy. Oh, he's
and his mom was on the 80th floor to wave to him. My mom would be. 81st floor. Still one upper.
Do you know how much it is to go to the top these days?
I have no idea.
More than the Rebbe.
More than the Rebbe?
It's a lot, yeah.
Fuck out of here. To go to the observatory?
Yeah.
Isn't it like $10?
No, it's like $200, I think.
Get the fuck out of here. Why? The only game in town now. Okay. Mayor Adams, you see this guy? He toured a migrant shelter with a hat that said Mayor Adams on it. What an asshole. What?
I like.
It's nonsense. This fucking guy. Jimbo Fisher, he's doing all right these days.
Yeah, he's getting paid $76 million to stay at home.
$76 million to fuck off. How great is that? Yeah, by the way, there it is. Mayor Adams.
So people know who he is. He's just always campaigning, forever campaigning.
Yeah, Jimbo Fisher. What a gig. I want to be a Texas A&M coach.
But the way, this happened with Matt Rule. I do believe if he gets a job soon, then they're absolved of some of that money.
It would never work again. I would just walk around. Yeah,
there's still a number that you're like, I want to go win. I want to go coach. You know what they have to do?
I think they nailed it. No. I think they got it on the number.
They have to go home and be married and take care of their kids. And they're like, I'd rather go back to work.
I would love to not have to work anymore. He's older than I am. Hang out all day, play some golf.
You know what? Next episode, let's extrapolate. Let's go into that more because Brewster's Millions. I want you to plan a week for me, just 1 week of what you do, and you have $76 million.
But I have to spend it all, like Brewster.
No.
Do I get to hang with John Candy?
I'm telling you, dead at 43.
I might be joining them for that week. Luka Doncic. Did you see this whiny bastard? He's complaining. It's hideous. He's complaining about the basketball court for these in-season tournaments.
I meant to bring this up. Did you see
this hideous thing?
Oh, they're all terrible.
It's beyond nonsense.
Yeah,
it's just
even the Boston one. It's just it's taking away some of the glory. I'm not into it.
It's not good. You know what this may be a Pishadoo. The new trend is scannable tattoos for your favorite Spotify song. So people can just scan your arm and it starts playing a song.
Wow, that's really a top 10 of all time.
It's not aging well either, though, because as your body morphs and as you age, it just becomes useless. So it's just like a QR code, but it doesn't work after a certain amount of time because It's got to be perfect.
It would be so much better if it goes to other songs. It's like, no, I wanted, this version of the song, and it's giving you some cover.
So there's also the OnlyFans model, Danny Banks. You hip to her? She whipped her tatas out at the Raider game, and
Oh, I
she's in
didn't click
all
it. I
kinds of
saw that.
trouble.
Yeah.
Why? Why is that a problem? In the 80s, you whipped them out at Bon Jovi all the time. Why are people? Who is she offending? Like, who is she hurting here?
Little kids in the area.
Little kids. If you're 9 years old and you see those things, it was the best game you've ever been to in your life.
Who won the game?
Like,
Don't know.
I did.
I did.
Oh yeah, me. I won. I saw some like quadruple E's. Who is she hurting? Yeah, I'm the big winner here. Who played? I don't know, man. Me with myself later that night. And finally, speaking of OnlyFans, Botox, Hermes, and OnlyFans. You know what they have in common? You guessed it. Things George Santos spent campaign money on.
That guy's an ass.
He's incredible. He ran up a $6,000 Ferragamo bill, apparently a nominal amount on OnlyFans.
And has already filed to rerun.
No, he bailed today, I heard.
Oh, did he?
Not doing it, yeah. This guy is... Chefs, I want to go for president. I want more of him. But that's all I got.
Was he born here?
Who cares?
Who cares? Bend the rules.
Yeah,
I can't believe you didn't sink my submarine because I have the Pishadoo of all Pishadoos, so I'm very, very happy.
Better than the Spotify tattoo?
It's up there. Hey, Zach.
Better than George Santos?
What you watching?
I watched the first episode of your Black Mirror, the pig fucking.
I told you to skip it.
Okay, I watched it. It was excellent. I always skipped that one. I thought it was the craziest thing I've ever seen.
It's kind of
as long as it's not spidery, I'm in, man. Like I can get weird with it. The spiders. There is a spidery one.
It's called like game test game. It's a guy who sits down to do like a video game trial. I'll tell you which one it is. It's like a season.
It's spidery though.
No. There's like one scene with spiders that I may just go and like find you the 1 minute. You can just cut it. It doesn't really change anything.
I'll fast forward to it. I'll look away. Jenna's pretty good at being honest of
Yeah. So you like the first one? Okay.
I did.
The next one is a really good one, but has like none of them connect. There's nothing. The next one's totally different, but each one has like a principle. You know that episode though? That episode is loosely based on like something that actually happened.
Fantastic.
Yeah, there was like an English prime minister apparently got caught fucking a sheep or something.
Yeah,
but there's all these like, no, it was just a rumor, and people are like, no, it wasn't.
It's pretty good. And it was fun to see one thing. So you're in all those places. It's a nice callback to our trip.
Yeah, very nice. What am I watching?
Yeah, go nuts. What should I be watching? What else I got?
I don't know if I mentioned this ever, and it's only because the third season came off and it's gone off the rails, but the first two are really good on Amazon, the show called Upload. Did you ever do that during the pandemic?
Never heard of it.
Yeah. It's quirky. It's just like the person dies, and then you upload your conscious into this like never-ending internet type of thing, and then the love stories go from there. It's a half-hour show. There's like maybe 20 episodes, maybe 30.
Love stories? Nudity?
No, but there's some funny enough. Like there's a couple really good characters. Watch like the first 2 episodes. I like it. It's like my type of like quirky, but also like some technology. I enjoyed it. But they're in the third season now, and they're just jumped the shark. At this point, I'm like, I don't even care anymore. Like they're just doing one of the episodes I just watched. They're just doing a ripoff of Orange Is the New Black. I'm like, I don't get what you're doing right now.
I didn't watch that.
But it's one that when I sit down and I can only watch so much YouTube, or we're just constantly watching 90 Day Fiance because we're so behind and there's 17 hours a week. But it's good enough.
How's the Golden Bachelor treating you? You good still?
The finals tonight. And
the finals? Duke Carolina? What's he got going on there?
He didn't pick, like, there were 2 or 3 of them that
Golden
I was into.
Girl versus Maud?
Zach, there was a clip. They do bloopers when they do the women tell all. And there is a scene with this very nice lady who they're doing the interview and they're showing the blooper. And you just see her. She turns, starts farting, continuous, then just stares the camera down. And then as soon as you hear the, she goes, you were saying? I'm like, it is the longest fart ever.
Her dentures fell out during a beach. These things happen.
Not so much. I got a hip hop anonymous for you. I thought today was pretty good.
That's pretty good.
I have to change the names to protect the people. Let's just go with what culture, in what world, let's just say Michael and Sarah get married, and then they have a son and a daughter, and they name them Michael and Sarah?
I don't like it.
I don't get that.
It's very goyish-y. Jews don't do that stuff. We don't play that game.
P. Pishadoo of the week. I have 10 candidates here for you. Let's go ahead and get into this. There's a Metro Mobile PCS, one of those piece of shit cell phone carriers. They have a campaign now that's nada yada yada. They go, with us, there's nada yada
Oh, I
yada.
saw the Costanza do the commercial.
Oh, is he in the commercial?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't like it. It just felt like one straight ripoff of Seinfeld. It really bothered me. Okay. All right. Not as bad as I thought.
Fine.
Next
Replace it with
candidate.
Eric, our boy, trying to unshame himself for having a shitty cell phone.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Oh, now I can text and not be a shame green bubble. I'm like, yeah.
You're still a green bubble in our book.
There's enough. He's a green bubble. His whole life is a green bubble.
Excellent. That's beautiful.
This from a couple weeks ago. I didn't get a chance to bring it up. The Country Music Awards happened. Didn't watch them, but I did hear that Luke Combs won Best Song for, maybe you've heard of it. It's called Fast Car. Originally done by. Have you heard the version of the song? Because it's literally just him.
Because she hasn't. She didn't give him permission. She doesn't speak to him. She didn't say a word. He asked her permission. She didn't say a word. He just did it.
How does he even song? He didn't even change a single thing about it. He just put a little like, ew.
Yeah.
That really bothered me. I was like, no, not okay with that. This one gets me. In Colombia, they're having an issue with hippopotamuses because, keep in mind, they're not native to Colombia. But one
don't fuck around.
Pablo Escobar, who had imported a couple of hippopotami, back in the day. Now there's something like 20 or 30 of them. They're going around and they have to like castrate them or kill them because they're destroying all the other stuff.
They don't fuck around those things. They're mean.
That's crazy, though, that it goes back to him, though.
He likes his hippopotami.
Did you hear that there was a second patient who got a pig heart transplant done at the University of Maryland? You remember we talked about this a while ago and the person didn't make it? Well, they had the heart transplant, and guess what?
Guess who died?
They also died.
Maybe different hospital, maybe different school next time. Nothing gets your terps, but maybe we'll go somewhere else.
They're going to do another one. They're going to keep going with this shit. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
The other day I was running late. I didn't have a chance to make coffee or breakfast, so a lot of times I'll just stop at Dunkin'. Cool. Well, Dunkin' and a lot of these drive-thrus, which you probably don't go to a ton of them, but as you're pulling up and they have these new, back in the day, it was just a light up board. You screamed your order and the person was like, wah, 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 and then you get up. Yeah, but then you get up there and you ordered, a Big Mac, and you're going home with 3 cheeseburgers. Like, it's not even close. Well, nowadays when you say it, I mean, they edit it. It gets typed onto the screen. It's really, really cool. You say light ice, they put light ice. Well, a lot of times, though, as you're pulling in, you see the previous person's order. Somebody who waited in line goes to the Dunkin' drive-thru the other day. As I pull up, their only order was a large iced tea with how many Splendas that I'm telling you about it? Like, at what point, like, if it was 3
7,
if it's 6 Splendas in a goddamn iced tea for this person, like, if this was 5, we don't have this conversation. But who goes there and gets 6 Splendas?
6
just
is too many.
Inject cancer in your arm. What are they doing?
That's awful. And they're probably doing Splenda because it's not sugar.
Yeah. Still aspartame. Not great.
It's like when you order a 9,000 calorie salad. Yeah, salad, 4 kinds of cheese, and ranch dressing. Keep it coming. Yeah, that kind of thing.
I'm not sure what to do with this story. Are you familiar with the Las Vegas Sphere?
Yes, I like the Sphere.
Super cool, right? Have you seen anything, you two or any of them on the inside there?
Hold on. Keep talking. I'm with you. Stop that shit.
They have this new Sphere in Vegas. It's massive, and then you can pack it. They're doing concerts. It's really cool the way the music, the lights, everything goes. It's one of those things that, like, I next time I go to Vegas, which hopefully is never, I want to go. I want to see. It looks really cool. UFC is going to be doing an event in there next year, but apparently it's losing money nonstop, like hundreds of millions of dollars.
Good.
And the CEO just
who owns it?
No,
you guessed it. Frank Stallone. No, James Dolan.
Oh, you know what? I did know that.
What a chooch.
Why do you want him to lose money? He makes money. It might help the Knicks.
No, I want him out of there, and I'm pissed at him because of my stadium. I want my Hudson Yards Stadium.
It's not happening.
No shit, because they built that piece of crap in the Meadowlands and put buildings up. I want to be able to take the A train to Jet games. Thank you for your time. That was my rant. Ew, look at you go. Yeah, no, I don't like Dolan. And the Knicks still have plenty of money. No one wants to play for that shit show anyway. So what's the difference?
Gotcha.
They suck.
I don't know the exact details of this story other than there was a guy who got married at the Waffle House. Now, I don't know if you met her there. I don't know if you owned that Waffle House. I don't know if you invented waffles. That is the trashiest goddamn thing ever.
It's pretty trashy.
I don't get it. Like I know I worked at Macaroni Grill and there was a wedding there one time. And you know what? You take people to lunch and we cut a lot of corners at our wedding. But still,
I'm
like
aware. Rabbi especially.
all right, I'm throwing up a softball for you, Zach. See if you can hit it with your other 45 swing. Did you know that there is the biggest wine shortage since 1961 going on right now?
Really? How's my mom handling it?
I heard this, and like I go to Total Wines enough. When's the last time you went to a store and you're like, "Oh my god, they're out of wine"? Get the fuck out of
Total
here!
Wine is an incredible place to go to.
There's
It's
one right by
Home
my house.
Depot for alcoholics. It's incredible.
I spend hours in that place. It's so good. But the fact that they're having this wine shortage, like I have definitely been to the store now and you notice like, oh, chicken's gone up in price, or oh, it's hard to find a certain brand of, when remember when the Flamin' Hot Cheetos were all the rage? Like I remember going to the store and I was like, oh, I want to try them, and they were out. I have never been to a
No.
place where there's been a lack of wine.
Have you ever talked to a salesperson at Total Wines? It's a blast.
Only all the time.
All the time. It's a blast. The best was I went to get my dad a tequila one time, and we got him something. And then the guy's like, are we good? I go, hold on. Now let's talk. Find me something I'll like. He goes, what? I go, not tequila. Here are 3 whiskeys that like find me something I've never heard of. And like I set this guy on a wild goose chase with me. It was, I talked to him for 15 minutes, maybe longer. Quite the scene.
I took my nephew there recently. We went up to the one by us, and I was going around just trying to get some stuff. And there were 2 things that absolutely tickled him. One, now they do the like people who work in the store. I assume it's the managers, like their pick on stuff. So you're walking down the aisle and you're looking at the tequilas, and it's like Mark likes this one. It has like a picture of him, like, and then has a picture of Tony likes this one. And every time Carson saw this thing, he just burst out laughing. Like he doesn't understand, but he did process like, who the hell cares what this guy likes? Like, it's such a weird thing.
I think I do.
They're just, you think that's what they enjoy? They're literally just eeny meeny. Nobody cares.
I will absolutely get him out there and we'll discuss. How do you think a manager at Total Wines makes? It sounds like a blast.
No.
No?
I think on the wrong side of 50. I don't think they make a lot of money.
That sounds like fun.
Then the other thing was, as we walk in and I'm sampling stuff, he had such FOMO. I was like, all right, dude, like, let's go find, we'll get you something that you'll like. And I found like a little chocolate cream liqueur.
99 bananas?
No, I wouldn't. And I said, here, I'll buy this. And we take it home, and he sniffed it and was out. But when we were there, I said, do you want, I'm trying to be good on the call. The kid's 12. He's turning 13 at I will be emceeing his bar mitzvah next year, which I'm very excited for. And
DJ?
I get to run Coke and Pepsi, which is going to be a top 10 of my life.
I need an invite. I need it. I'll crash.
Just crash. I don't know.
I might.
Nobody's going to listen.
What?
Nobody. They're not going to be able to listen to the show.
Whatever. They don't weigh. We should live cast one. Live from Carson's bar mitzvah. Let's go.
That's good.
How many sodas are you going to have? I went to a bar mitzvah one time where the guy had like 12 different sodas, and he's like, Dr. Brown's black cherry. And it was like, what? Do I stand on one leg? Like, no one had a clue what to do.
I'm going to do my research. We're going to talk it over. I assume we're going to do like 6 or 7.
Do they still have the sit on the lap thing? Or is that like
that's the one.
Right. But like,
the piece.
Can you get like lappy with girls these days? Or is that like going to get you maced or
I don't
brought
think
up on
he has
charges?
There's not a lot of girls coming to this. He's also doing it not like a formal one. There will be a DJ, but he's doing like a trampoline. They're renting out like a trampoline type of place.
There will be a DJ, right?
There will be, yeah.
What do I wear? Because I will get jiggy with it. Let's go.
Nah.
Yeah.
So we're at Total Wines,
Look.
and I'm like, listen, dude, do you want me to buy you a beer that you think you'll like? And he goes, well, every time, because he's always like, can I try that? I immediately let him try anything I'm ever drinking, and he always is like, and then he stares you down like, look, I did it. I'm like, are you drunk? So we're meandering over, and finally he finds the non-alcoholic beer session where there's a Corona that's non-alcoholic, and he goes, I think I would like that. I said, time out. The reason you don't like beer is not because of the alcohol. You don't like it because of the flavor of the beer. He goes, yeah, but I think I'll like the Corona without the alcohol. And I'm like, you are not understanding what I'm saying right now.
I hate this kid.
We didn't get it. It was just one of those.
He's the Pishadoo there, right? And it was still on Pishadoo?
It was just a funny story there. And I have two more. Okay. I'm guilty. I said no more pumpkin stuff. I've still bought some pumpkin stuff, including the fact that you're coming over this weekend and pumpkin pie was like $3 at the store. And then I got the
I'm getting $3 pie? Way to pony up.
And then they had the pumpkin spice cream that you could put on, and I have pumpkin cookies, and I'm guilty. And I even said like no more pumpkin.
So we're doing whippets at your house, right? That's what's happening here?
Well, I gave Julie a shot in her mouth this morning and essentially just gave her a whippet because we couldn't.
You did.
We couldn't get the cream to come out. Eventually we did, and we both looked at each other like,
do you hear you?
Tastes like whipped cream with a little bit of cinnamon in it. So
couldn't get the cream to come out, eh?
I'm at the store yesterday getting some stuff for this weekend, and they have in the old man sick section the premier protein, like the Ensure pumpkin spice flavor, a whole display for people. Too much. Like, no. Too much. Like, if you are not doing well in life and need Ensure, you don't deserve pumpkin spice. Just eat the shit.
I guess I deserve a $3 pie.
It was $3.99 to be fair.
To feed four of us.
And I was going to lead with this, so I thought you were going to nail this. If you haven't seen the clip, it's like, stop what you're doing. It's good. Did you hear about the fight that happened in the Senate this past weekend?
What?
Oh my!
Like a rumble?
Oh my God, Zach. I'm going to mess up who's who, but there was two senators. One of them is O'Brien, who apparently is a former MMA somebody, but there's footage of him during the insurrection hiding under his desk terrified. And this other guy, Mullen, going back and forth with each other. And O'Brien got to the point was like, if you don't like what I have to say, we can take this outside. And the other guy's like, maybe we will take it outside. He goes, why don't you come over here and stand on my... To the point that Bernie Sanders had to be like, no, gentlemen, why don't you buy... Like, he had to like break up a fight of two people like talking shit in the Senate. The clip is so good.
I would have let him throw. Maybe the Senate needs more of that.
It does. Nothing bothers me more in a fight than people who do you want to take this outside? Because anybody I know who's going to fight, they'll punch you anywhere.
Yeah.
Right now. There's no...
He should have just gone right then on the Senate floor. Incredible.
I'm going to say...
George Santos got into 3 fights that day. So say he did. He beat Muhammad Ali. Like, let's go.
Metro Mobile, not a lot of yada. Yeah. Song of the year, Luke Combs' Fast Car, Cocaine Hippos in Colombia. Second patient died of a heart transplant. 6 Splendas in my iced tea, please. Sphere loses $100 million. CEO resigns. Guy gets married at Waffle House. Wine shortage, biggest one since 1961. Pumpkin spice, premier proteins, N. O'Brien, Puss Mullen, broken up by...
Wait, it really was the wine shortage, not your nephew in the store not understanding how beer works?
No.
That was at Allison for not teaching him how alcohol works.
She got fish sticker the other night. Bad. Bad. She had a Friendsgiving at her house. No invite from me.
I think it's the Splendas. It wasn't before Splenda. I didn't like that one either.
The second pig heart transplant.
Yeah, that's not good. Just going for 2, right? Go for broke, same place.
When do you stop? How many people do you kill before you're... Because this person lived like 6 weeks. When do you stop? When you're like, all right, the next one makes...
You refer to it as a kill.
Murder, death, kill, John Smart.
I think we gotta be done after 2. I mean, keep trying, but like at a different venue. Just change the venue. I'm not going for to the kill shelter.
So if it's still in Maryland, same surgeons at Johns Hopkins, you're like, what are the odds?
I'd be better at Johns Hopkins. I'd be more, I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, God.
I'm not sure I would do it anywhere that's not in New York. I feel like they get the better doctors there. You get some...
The arrogance of you to think that New York
Southern
hospitals...
doctors.
The fact that you think that New York hospitals are so much better than the rest of the world, except now I am in a different part of the world, not so far. The stories I hear about our local hospitals in my town baffle me. Like, I just stop like, I don't get it.
Every time Jenna's parents have something, they're in North Jersey, near New York. It was the guy's first day. He made a mistake. He covered the x-ray. There's he coughed and cuffed my wrong leg. Like, it's... They have so many stories of mistakes, with doctors. Like, just go to Mount Sinai. It'll take you an hour tops.
Yeah. I remember being in the city and people would say to me like, "So I'm going to get operated on at Weill Cornell. Like, what do you think of that? It's a pretty good hospital." And I go, "Ma'am, the 10th best hospital in New York City is better than just about anyone out there. Like it really is. It kills me.
Yeah, maybe literally.
Booze your dad of the podcast. Thanks for listening to tonight's episode. Can't believe we got through this one. Zach, I am excited to have you over. I have so many things that are going to have mayo in it this past weekend, this next weekend, except I'm not going to tell you which ones and just let you taste them and see if you can figure it out.
I can eat. Just leave you a floater and call it a day.
We out.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.